You talked about last week, that wasn't the expectation on opening weekend. This weekend kind of feel more about what you guys were expecting heading into the season. You guys come out with 3 wins, 3 really good quality wins, kind of let one slip at the end, but did this feel more like what you were wanting to see out of the team?
Yes, definitely. I think you got to see all 3 cylinders firing. You got to see I think when we're at our very best, you see our offense and defense kind of just pass back and forth from each other. And so you could see that. I thought our pitching staff did great. I was really impressed with Taylor and the performance that she had against Kentucky. Watching Ayanna, she's been one just trying to get healthy the past couple years, and now to see her have a full bill of health and then get to see what she's capable of, it's pretty exciting.
For you, just obviously this team, it feels like after this weekend, you guys are again just like one step away from going to perfect 4-0 in the weekend, and it felt that way at moments in week 1 too. Do you feel like this team is getting close to just figuring it all out in the field? I know there's a lot of season left. There's a lot of time for them to find their stride, but do you feel like they're one step closer to reaching that goal?
I do. I think just the more they continue to play with each other, I thought our offense really flowed. We had a really good flow from top to bottom all weekend long. You could see them just, I don't know, maybe we were a little tight the first weekend. I felt them a lot looser and enjoying what they were doing this weekend. So I think it's just continuing to stay clean in what we do.
How did you see that? Was it in the dugout? Was it in the hotel room? How did you see them maybe relaxing more? And again, as you said last week, wanting to see them be more themselves in these games?
I think both. Just being around them, this group likes to laugh. They get along really well together. And then just hearing their conversations in the dugout. And, I think the biggest thing for them is just to be free with what they do, be loose, see the ball, hit the ball. Don't make it harder than what it already is. So.
You knew this tough schedule would be a learning opportunity preseason. How has it felt kind of taking takeaways from all of these tough opponents?
Definitely that. Like I knew the schedule that we wanted to have this year, and this is exactly it. And I just think of the growth that we've had from the first weekend to the second weekend. I mean, just in the 9 games, the competition that we've already played, going to Palm Springs, we've seen it. We've seen the competition. So, they're a team right now that has, just with the competition that they played in the 2 weekends, what it has already done for them. And it's just so early, so incredibly early still. But I've already seen the change in them just in 2 weekends. So to see that now, like, what do they look like? We're right in the middle of the big, and we're in postseason. So that's exciting to me.
So what do you feel like a weekend like this weekend could do for the team, considering you've got 3 ranked opponents, one of them being at Texas A&M, nearly top 10 in the country? What can a weekend like this do for this program moving forward?
I think for them just to really get to see what they look like when all cylinders are all moving together, that they can be a really difficult team to have to play. I think our pitching is really deep and really good. I love our defense and I love our offense. So we've had some games where our offense and pitching is flowing, or we've had 1 of the 3 or 2 of the 3, and to get to see what 3 of the 3 looks like, that's when I think people are going to go, wow, this is a team right here.
When the results haven't been there against the ranked opponents so far, do you feel like that puts any extra pressure on a weekend like this where you have a couple more ranked opponents as the non-conference schedule kind of winds down towards the start of Big Ten play?
To me, for us and how we go about things, if we get out of our process and what we're doing, then yeah, I do think it adds pressure because you start getting result, oriented. This group, as long as they stay in their process, they stay loose, and it doesn't matter who we play.
How does that help you? And as a coach and as these players, considering, like you said, there's been games you guys have been close. You've been 1 swing, 1 pitch away from coming away with a win. How does that help this team just in a mental mindset, knowing that we may didn't come away with a win, but we know if we get the chance to face them again, or an opponent like that, we have a chance to be able to win these ones?
100%. And I think with that is that you fall a little short, and it gives you urgency. And you see where you fell short and what did we do well, what did we not do well, and where do we need to improve. And you get to see quickly where you need to improve. And so we come home, we train, we practice, and then we go right back at it. So I just think these little things that we're getting right now is just great opportunities for us to really understand where we need urgency and what it's going to do for us as a team.
Oregon has obviously competed in the Mary Nutter Classic for years. I'm just wondering, what makes this specific one always special to you?
I love Palm Springs. I think it's just such a beautiful place. The venue, it's just a big, grand venue with all the teams that are there. Every game is a top matchup. All of our athletes, they all have friends on the other teams, that they grew up with. And so there's a lot of family and friends. There's just a really good energy at this tournament. There's big upsets. There's just, I don't know, you get to see it all. You just get to see it all. So I think it's a great tournament.
Just wondering what you've been able to make at the start of the season for Riley and when she wasn't in the starting lineup on the last game against Stanford.
Yeah, no, she's working on a couple things. Sometimes you get off to a little bit of a rough start, but that rough start doesn't stay forever. So she will get to where she needs to go. She's hit some balls right at people that haven't gone her way, and I just think she just needs to continue to grind at the plate. I think she's a tremendous hitter, and we have so many games left to play.
5 walks for her is second only behind Elon. Like, how do you see her trying to make an impact even when the results aren't there with the bat to ball stuff, being able to take pitches and work at bats and work these pitchers?
Yeah, I think it tells you what the opponent thinks of Riley. They could look at her average right now and see she's not exactly getting what she wants, but they're still pitching around her because they know of what she's capable of. So,
do you feel like she's just one game away from things clicking at this point? And how important do you feel like that is for her to maybe just wait, just be patient, and it's going to come?
Yeah, wait, be patient. Sometimes when things happen, or we have adverse moments, you want to have it and get rid of it and make everything great. And sometimes you just have to work through some things. But what it does for you in the end is what's the most important thing. So what we're building right now and how we are going about things in the games that we're playing, we're building. And what it's going to do for us for this weekend and the rest of the season is exactly why we decided the schedule in the first place. So I love this group. I think this group is a great group, and we're right there. We are right there. I'm really excited to watch us compete this weekend.
How impressed have you been with the way the transfers, Elon, Addie, and Mari, have been able to just kind of seamlessly fit right into the lineup and integrate with everybody within the team?
I think it's great. I really just not even talking about them as athletes, just as people. They just fit. They fit us. They're just great people. They are very caring. They want the best for their teammates. You'd think that, well, I wasn't here, so I can't lead. That's not the case. They come in and they advise and they lead, and they just have a good sense of how they go about things. They're very competitive, very calculated. I love how they play.
Maddie Milhorn made a couple scoreless appearances over the weekend. What have you seen from her so far?
Loved what she did. Our team loves playing behind her. It's just unreal to see how hard she throws the ball. I think she's getting a lot of swing and misses. Love the strikeouts that she's getting. And I think just throwing into her into the fire, it allows her to adjust quickly too and see, what are things she can get away with at this level? What are things that she might need to tighten up a little bit? But I've been very impressed with her.